Hello everyone. Hello, hello. Change of plans. So if you saw my quick post in the community tab here, you saw that my surgery date changed. So what happened was, let's see, this Monday I got a call actually while we were watching the Apple event, I think, or right after. And they asked if I could make it in the next morning instead of the 15th for the initial appointment. And I'm like, yes. So I fit it in, and it was right before my infusion. This was a very long day. And so because I went there early, they're like, well, we have the 21st available, but we also have the 14th. So I said, let's take the 14th because I don't need to be sitting around the house doing a lot of what ifs in my head. We just need to do this as soon as possible. If you're new here, I'm getting a hysterectomy. There was my test results from the week before. So on May 26th, I had scoping, DNC, and a biopsy, and the biopsy came back with precancerous. So we're just getting it out as soon as possible. And yeah, that meant all my planning, my preliminary planning, changed a bit. And it really doesn't matter when I do this, as in within the 2 weeks here, in terms of my plans looking forward. So because it didn't really matter as much, you just take the soonest date. So actually, and I see one little thing wrong here. It's 8 o'clock that I check in here for surgery. Anyway, and because it's in the middle of the week and it's like, it's kind of hard for my mom to do like a morning drop off for my son. So we just said, hey, this is his penultimate, his second to last week of school. He's just going to take the day off, spend the day with her. And, then my husband's just free to, come and get me whenever. So, and we could have swapped that a little bit, but, like my mom could have been the one taking me back and forth and he get him to school. But I think my son might be a little worried that day. So just being with someone, we are telling him like the bare minimum right now, and that's working. Because it's like, what do you say to not freak out a 12-year-old? So, I just told him a few days ago, like, hey, mommy's going to go in, and actually it's his therapist that mentioned the word surgery because I said, hey, we need this day off because he's not going to be available for his next session. So I think she asked, well, what do you think about your mom having surgery? And he was a little shocked. Again, this is all happening so fast. Like we found out the date here and he had therapy here. So it's like within a day there. As in it was coming up sooner than we thought. So I was trying to kind of figure out how to talk to him about it. And I just said, mommy's had 2 of these already, and I'm not worried about going in. And honestly, if you were to talk to me last year, as a very well-trusted friend pointed out to me, like I would be freaking out right now if I hadn't had 2 other surgeries. Because that feeling of losing control and you're being put under and not knowing what's happening to your body. It really helped to go through that 2 weeks ago. I still feel really well cared for. I'm in the same network of hospitals, although this one's downtown. So it's, I feel good. When I went and met with the gynecologist, oncologist, I wasn't so sure because I hadn't known her very long. Like this was my first time meeting her. But she really took a great approach. She looked at everything. She really evaluated what my needs were. And she's like, you know what? I think this is the best thing. So yeah, they're going to take 2 of my lymph nodes. They're going to do a full hysterectomy. Possibly my ovaries too, depending on what they see. So, and I said, yeah, I would rather err on side of caution with all of this. And as she said, ideally we want to leave the ovaries. I mean, that's otherwise, yeah, I'm like the moment I wake up, then they're going to put me on some hormones. So I know that's a possibility, but I would rather them take care of me. So that's kind of where things are at. Yeah, so I left there. I thought, hey, I could be really having kind of a dark day that day, but it did leave me with some hope, because she was like, yeah, if it's kind of what we're expecting, we can do this. And then they had like just a video visit in 2 weeks, there's like nothing scheduled after that. So, I mean, obviously it's going to take a while, a week or two for them to study my uterus, get all up in there after it's removed, and see what's going on, see if it's spread anywhere else. I know when I was answering her questions, like I kind of knew what she was getting to. Like there are some signs of cancer, and I'm not feeling any of those. So maybe it's all contained, and maybe they take it out and everything goes to plan. And I say maybe, it's more likely that that's going to happen, right? So, but it has been hard because my last surgery that meeting was 2 days before it was happening. So I only had like a day or so to just wrap my head around it and then get in there. So having kind of like this week in between is giving me okay, the plan's all set. All the paperwork's done, pre-registration, all the questionnaires, all those things. They're just waiting for me to pull up at 8 a.m. there. I got supplies in the house. I actually got some today, and it feels good. And yeah. And then just trusting that I'm going to be out of it for a week or so. Yeah, probably like a week of meds. And she said, yeah, that's accurate. And then, what I found really interesting though, like I call this channel Planning My Energy, is like I feel pretty like healed up right now from 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks, right? The 26th until now. So yeah, there was this week. Yeah. My weeks are just running together. It's very hard to tell time right now. So yeah, it's been exactly 2 weeks since my last surgery. For a week there, yeah, my uterus was very like irritated because of the DNC, and just like the swelling had to come down. And I would say about 3 days ago, that's when I was like, oh, now I feel a lot better. It just had to like heal up. So I pretty much feel back to normal right now. And I'm trying to kind of live in that for a little bit, because I know what I've heard is that it can take like 2 or 3 months just to get your stamina back, just for that part. And I was like, what is this channel about? Energy, physical energy, spiritual energy, whatever you want to, relate it to. But for me, it's a lot about physical energy. I can get tired easily from other things, other chronic illnesses. So it was a good reminder of like, I just need to take it slow for the next couple months after this. I just have to. Like, I don't really have a choice. And just keep asking for help. And I'm going to be annoying. I'm going to feel like I'm being annoying. As in, I wish I could do this for myself. I wish I could just go out and grab a glass of water. Oh, I wish I could, I don't know. So anyway, I'm just going to start laying these stickers down. This one makes me the happiest. I'm going to plan actually for 2 weeks because I'm going to be out. I'm hoping as we get to the next spread here, I'll kind of talk about where I'm hoping to be at. I don't know if I'll be able to sit for an entire hour, although like when I get back, some people were saying it can be hard to sit down. I am getting robotic surgery, so it's, I might be able to sit a little bit better. It's just going to be my abdominal healing up, it just takes a long time. Compared to like the last 2 weeks, that was nothing compared to what I'm going to go through. And that's okay. And that's okay. This might be going on upside down, but that's okay too. I don't know if there's a right side to this, but I just love how artsy this washi tape is. It just has so many colors and kind of this botanical feel. It's from Sterling Ink. I have no idea if she still offers it, but trying to get it on here straight. So what I'm going to do is actually do the same tape for both weeks, because we're just looking at this as a 2-week thing. And also, this is pretty much covering the bottom here. I will have one more video go up here. I was hoping to record some podcasts. I have not been able to do so. And I don't know what to do about that. Part of me is just like, I need to record a little something to say like I'm just going to be out for a while. Sometimes I've taken up to a month break. Like one time in the last year. Yeah, April was like the year anniversary of my podcast. So part of me like wants to record a few, and part of me is just like, I'm going slower on things right now because it's like, well, what does it mean for me right now? How, like, does it take care of the present me to put a lot of pressure on me? So when I recorded a bunch of videos, and I think 2 podcasts, 2 weeks ago to tend to myself for the last surgery, it felt really good to stay busy. And so if I'm in that space again of like, I just want to be busy, I will do it. Because this morning was hard. When I got up this morning, I think it's because I do have a lot of, like, I've been just ordering a few things on Amazon, getting some scheduling put into place, just kind of like getting prepared. And then right now though, I'm just waiting for like one more little box and that's it. Like now I'm like, okay, now what does my mind, what can it help be distracted? Whoa. Okay, that was a surprise. What can my brain like keep preoccupied with right now? Because yeah, this morning was hard. It was just like I was kind of going to some dark places, and it was good to, I went to the chiropractor this morning, and actually I took my husband because he's going to take our son on the 17th here because my son's having a little problem. And so it was really nice to go with both of us so he knows where to go, knows the doctor, who is so awesome. And, oh, this may not work out. I may need a different color. This is a little dried out and not working. I'm wondering if I get a couple layers deep here, if it might work. Otherwise, I'll just pick a different color. Let's see. So it helped to know, like, it helped to distract and think about my son getting help. And then, yeah, getting this. Okay, that one just didn't work. It's on the floor now. Yeah, it's just not working. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to get my boxo tape. Well, my 2 boxes of washi. And I'm just going to pick another color. Let's see. maybe a little brighter blue or navy. I'll do this one. Yeah, so after, yeah, so it was really nice, yeah, to go to the chiropractor and go, okay, I probably won't see you for a couple months because, you know, yeah, I just told him, yeah, I'm getting a hysterectomy. I didn't need to go into super details about that, but he's so kind. So, yeah, this one's working. Here we go. Might just have to throw the other roll away. And so that Tuesday that I went downtown, and then I had to run over to get my infusion at a separate clinic. And then when I got there, she's like, oh, I would have said you could have gone downtown to get it done. Although I think it would have taken some pre-planning, a little bit more pre-planning. Because I was going to get my infusion on the 12th, which was every 9. Well, I'm supposed to take it every 8 weeks. And so this was week 9, thinking that, so we just had our 20-year anniversary. I was thinking this week before here that we would possibly do something out of town. And so I scheduled it a week later, and then I called them, I think last Friday, and I said, is there any way you can bump me? This was before I had my June 14th date. And I said, yeah, I just need a little bit more time to recuperate from that. Sorry, I have a little sticker on here. And so they fit me in, and in the afternoon too. It was a lot easier in the afternoon to go. So I think I'm going to switch to afternoons for that, because when I go in the morning, I can't find any parking. It's just so busy. So many people want like that nice 10, 11 o'clock, like doctor visit. It's a very small parking lot, so it's hard to do. Oh, I have to do it for the next week. So it just felt like 2 days in one, because that morning I got up super early to beat traffic and go downtown, and then I'm actually going to erase this. I'm going to put here to then go home for like half an hour, make a quick phone call because I wanted to talk to my husband first to make sure I could secure that date. Secured it, and then run over to my infusion. It felt like 2 days. So it actually, like when I woke up the next day, I was like, it's Thursday. And then the next day, it's Thursday. I kept thinking every day was Thursday, even this morning a bit, until I'm like, wait, it is Friday. So, and that's when I'm recording this. Time is funny that way. And we are not striving for perfection here, so that's just going to be that way. Yeah, so I'm putting some notes here about skipping. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to have my therapy here. I think then my son will be okay for therapy here. My husband will just have to help with that a little bit. And for the most part, that'll be fine. My son's last day of school, ? Family comes into town. I'm still going to be in bed. I mean, I'll be hobbling around, trying to, you got to move. And that's what another good recommendation was, like, just slowly moving, going for some really short walks and seeing some sunshine. I'm glad it's June, so I have a bigger opportunity to see some sunshine. Yeah. So, but in terms of, actually, Ridwell just changed their rules. You can pick any category that they have on their list. Actually, it's not every single thing. But I chose red tags. So if you don't know about Ridwell, they do take bread tags, they take like plastic caps, they take eyeglasses, they take a lot of recyclable things. And they're not in all cities. You just put some things in your porch box. And yeah. So I just realized I changed that to bread tags. It's already out in the bin. I just put it out there early. So when they come on Monday, I don't even have to think about it right now. Yeah, so this is this week. Oh, I think we might have enough for some leftovers here. We had a lot of like taco nachos left over. I'm so full right now. And so we might have enough. We'll see. So yeah, pods are like my last thing. Do I want to record some this weekend? I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to push it. We're going to do a little bit of meal planning into the next 2 weeks here. Get some really simple things because I'm not going to say, hey, hubby, please make a 3-course meal. I think it's going to be a lot of toast, a lot of cereal even. Get some fiber, get some bran. Fresh fruits, veggies, for what my body can handle. But yeah, we want to do that kind of tomorrow and kind of wipe down the kitchen, get it kind of as clean as possible. And I do have, I'm going to get some laundry in my bathroom, just a really good wipe down. Because yeah, it's going to be quite a long time until I can actually do those things. My husband can do laundry. There's just some shirts I don't want to go through the dryer. That's the only thing, but he kind of knows what those are. Sometimes you have to let go of control, right? So, and I'm going to get my side table set up with some of my meds on it. We're just going to have a little station. And then my health planner has been coming in handy so much. Yeah, we're just going to have like a little when the last meds were taken. So we're just going to time those out there. And yeah, if everything really goes to plan, I am really looking forward to like a month from now. Like it's going to be, I know so many people are just so happy once it's done. And that's what I'm trying to focus on. And that's what I was focusing on when I first, like the first 4 or 5 days of like, wait, I don't really have a choice right now. This just has to be done. What really was hard for me was going back and forth on the ablation for the other one. And now finding out I couldn't have had it is like, I really wish I didn't have that anguish because I was just like, it just seems so risky in my case. And I needed more information. So I was really proud of making that decision, as I said, but then when it came down to it, they wouldn't have done it because not with what I had going on. So, I kind of wish that I made informed decisions with information. And actually that's what this next week is going to be about. It's definitely, I'm going to be receiving information about it. It could be life altering. It could be, I understand there's a chance that they find not good things again and I have to do some kind of treatment right away. It's possible. It's also highly possible that it's going to be just fine. So, and I don't see that as a 50-50. They're more on 70 to 90% chance everything's going to be fine. So I'm trying to work with that. It's exhausting. So what I've been doing is I just have to distract my brain from that. And what did I do? Well, I am a true crime junkie. I do watch it. But I don't like horror. And I know a lot of people, some people, not here, but some people have talked about the show You. And so to distract myself, I watched, well, half watched, right? Like you get, like I was doing other things during it. Watched all 4 seasons. Am I like proud of that? I don't know. I will say this. If you want to comment about it, I don't think it's the best show. I watched all of Dexter, and it is very similar. I do think it's an updated version. I do know they are books, but it was very similar to Dexter. I was just like, yeah, and then this happened, and that was like Dexter. And I do have to say, the end of the 4th season, the last few episodes, did have a twist I did not expect. And I usually see a lot of things coming, but it was nice to have something kind of fresh. And so yeah, there's one more season coming out next year. I'm like, okay, I've watched better things. But it was a distraction. So my point is that just to have something totally story driven to distract me is like, that is what I need right now. So I may go through, I'm trying to think. Oh, I need to go back to Bridgerton. I only saw the 1st season, and so I need to see the 2nd and then the spinoff. So I'm looking at like, what kind of shows do I like, have I come across that I kind of want to watch? There are also some comedies, and I know like maybe laughing is going to hurt my tummy a little bit, like to heal, because that's using your abdominals, right? But I do want to see the new Hannah Gadsby. If you have not seen her shows on Netflix, try to watch them in order. They're real. They're funny. She's autistic, and so I just very much relate to her neurodivergent brain. And she has a new one out I have not seen. So I am waiting to see that one after surgery. That is one of the things. I'm trying to like line up some really good ones. And so that's one of them. So as I mentioned last week, I'm going to keep this card through the next couple weeks because it feels so appropriate and it feels so reassuring. And I'm just going to rewrite it. Lungs fill with air, which is exactly what you want waking up. Like, they have you practice expanding your lungs. Period. You are home. And that's another feeling, getting home afterwards. Oh, they did say same day. I was actually expecting an overnight because that's what one of my, I think my original gynecologist was mentioning that. But when I visited the new one, she was like, no, we can get you home same day. So I'm like, great, feel hopeful. You are held. Absolutely. Like all of that. All of that, please. We're going to blow on it a little bit. And we're going to write it again. Because it'll be really pertinent this week, but also we're just going to carry it through because I'm doing 2 weeks. I wonder how many people do plan with me for 2 weeks. I know I'm not the first one here. This is not groundbreaking. It's uncommon, but I would love to hear. Have you guys ever seen any 2 weeks? That would be interesting. You are home. I also made sure that I cleared out like any other appointments. I don't have anything outside the home. There was a primary care visit I had in July. I just moved it to August. I'm like, nope. You are held. And I don't think I'm going to be looking at this too much. Honestly, I'm not going to fill these out. I'm going to only go on these. And I actually I sat down a little bit and jotted them out. So my wins were getting an earlier appointment for my surgery. Again, it's out of my control, but totally beneficial. So that's what I classify as a win. What worked was like researching supplies, talking to a friend, going to all my appointments. I feel prepared. I feel I know what to expect. As I said, I would be freaking out right now if I hadn't had my other two. But I just went through this 2 weeks ago, and I keep thinking about like going through those steps and the people who were so supportive along the way. I don't think I'm going to get another student following me around, although I would highly recommend it or welcome it if someone is in training. Because just having someone go along with me, it can feel a little lonely when they wheel you to another person and you have to like say hi all over again and you barely get a chance to say goodbye to the last person. So yeah. I need a lot of distraction right now, so that's what's not working. It's like I just need stories in front of me so I don't start thinking worst case. I need to think best case. I'm getting a little like every little ache in my body feels like, uh-oh, is that something I'm overlooking? And I think that's kind of normal with my situation and people who have gone through this and any other chronic illnesses. It's just like you keep going, wait, is that something I just overlooked for years and years? Because there are some things that our brains don't quite register, and it is something that is related. But a lot of times it's not. Sometimes it is. So I'm trying to just quiet my brain. Asking for help. So I actually put some of my family to work on some really small things, and they totally came through. I was like, Mom, I can't, my brain is so full right now. I need a shower chair, and I know I'm only going to use it for a few days. I might need it for 2 weeks. I don't know. But for a lot of people, you only need it for a couple days. We were like, is there anything that we have? I can just sit in there. My mom was saying, hey, you could put a cooler in there. And I'm like, yeah, we don't have one. Like the big plastic coolers you can sit on. And I was like, well, we have some plastic lawn chairs outside that have been out there for years. I want that on my open wounds. So, she goes, okay, I'm on it. I said, it can be from Goodwill. It can be from the donor closet that we have nearby. We can, like, there's places that you can get them for cheap. I just had to have that off my plate. And within 2 days, well, later that afternoon, my husband comes up, and he said, she has it ordered. It's on its way here. I'm going to just put it together. When it gets here, it's going to be done. 2 days later, it's sitting in my shower. So it's that kind of stuff that I just need to outsource. And it's hard for me to do that. And I think it's hard for a lot of people to do that. To say, I'm not going to be the decision maker in this. I need to trust someone else's decisions. And they did. They and then asking my family to put a little something together for my son's kind of last day. He's wrapping up elementary school. This is kind of a big deal, and I can't help mark this with him. I'll be more off meds. At first, I was going to be 2 days after surgery here, but now I have a whole week and I'll be more with it here. I don't think I'm going to be visiting anyone. They might stop by, but I'll be much more clear-headed. I might have news by that time, which may be emotional either way. But I'll be mostly off meds here, which gives me a little bit more like, then I can celebrate my son. So, yeah. So feelings, overwhelmed, sad, angry. I've definitely had some feelings about my last gynecologist not listening with some of these things that I had brought up for a long time. I have seen many doctors about my PCOS, and a lot of it is like, eh. They did tests, they couldn't find it. So they can like give me a clinical diagnosis of PCOS. I can say like I was confident that I had it because of all the other symptoms, but my hormones weren't showing it. And now like this clearly defines it. Like I would not have this if I didn't have PCOS. I mean, it's PCOS alone is one of the factors of this, but like the rest of the other things that kind of can cause this are not really the things I'm going through. So I'm like, see, like I couldn't breastfeed. My milk wouldn't come in. Painful periods my whole life. Lots of other things that, you know, it's very frustrating to try to have gotten help with this for a while. It explains why the IUD was so painful when I got it, and that I felt it because of all the layers of the endometrium had kind of grown inward. So that's why it explains a lot. It explains a lot. Anyway, I did want to put some dots here. So usually I put excited for, and there isn't excitement here. What I am is looking forward to after to just watch some shows and to sleep, to not worry about work for 2 weeks and just take everything super slow. That's what number one, as I said, number one thing is like, you think you got it. You think you got it. And then you don't. Your energy just poops out on you is what people are saying. I've had that in other ways. I've listened to my body in other ways. This is going to be more extreme. It just is. So the number one thing is really like staying on top of all my credit cards. I really like to put those to zero. If I just don't get every single transaction and I get a small balance of $50 on there, who cares, right? But leading up to that, I just have like all my due dates are in here. They're like the 15th through the 18th. The closing dates I think are more like the 20th. So I'm definitely going to be like coming out of it. But yeah, it's right during those times. We already prepaid for the surgery. I am at my out-of-pocket max already, although they're still like asking for some more money because everything hasn't been processed through. So it's like, no, I've already done my out-of-pocket. Hey, where'd your lid go? The lid's gone. I already have, like, I'm paying more and then I expect a refund back. That's all I can do right now. But for the most part, everything's like paid for. And I'll just say thank you, Severance, for that. But also that our benefits are still continuing right now. We actually haven't even entered Cobra yet. We're getting all this through even before that. But we do need to switch to Cobra. Yes, that's the other thing. My husband still hasn't been confirmed for a job. We do know we probably won't be moving. So there's that. That was kind of on the table. That still could possibly come back, but not in the immediate month or so. And that's really reassuring to go through this. And I think my doctors are reassured that I'm not moving. They're like, yeah, no, can you stick around? Can you like not move right now? Because that would not be great. So yeah, it's just kind of good to know, okay, that's not going to be a focus. Like, could it come in 3 or 4 months? Possibly. Could it come next year? Possibly. But it feels a lot better knowing, okay, we're staying. Because that's a lot to go through. Would we have just hired movers to wrap everything? Yes. So, I know people have done it, but yeah, I want to stick around so that I have the care of my team right now. So yeah, just surgery and pain meds. It's just the pain meds. I'm like, I gave birth, healed up pretty quickly. I didn't have a cesarean, so a lot of people are saying, hey, for this amount of surgery, I didn't feel so bad. It's just the pain meds. I'm just like, and I know if I stay on them, just keep them before I even start feeling bad, like just stay on them is the best route. They're going to cause constipation. I'm just going to have to deal with it. And so I have meds for that and planning foods for that too. So, and just a lot of self-care of just like, how can I feel like, do I need to wash my face multiple times a day just to kind of get that clean feeling? Do I want to take a shower like every morning, maybe also every evening, just even warm water on my skin, just things like that? Would that help me feel more comfortable? Letting people help me. They're offering their help. So, and then just having hope and faith through all of this. I don't have a religion, other than my own just spiritualness of my cards and just kind of connecting with myself, but just keeping hope through all of this. Getting my bath and bed just done, like everything, like fresh towels, fresh sheets, and slipping into bed the night before and then going first thing off to surgery. That's my thing. And then just organizing all my supplies nearby. And I actually did do one of my Magic the Gathering drafts. Actually, I did 1.5. So I did one, and that was fun. I'm like, why am I waiting around? I'm just going to do a draft. So that was really fun. I did a second draft, but I haven't played the game. So if you know, a draft is 2 parts. One is just picking the cards and then taking those cards and playing a game. And so I did the first part in the second draft, and now those cards are just sitting and going, hey, play with us now, and I just haven't gotten back to it. So that's a good distraction as well. I'm not going to be able to do that much on pain meds, but as the pain meds come off, I'm just going to be like, I'm doing drafts right now. And actually, there's a new set coming out that's Lord of the Rings based. I don't think that comes out. Well, the pre-release is actually here. So I'm going to be able to, as I wake up on Thursday, well, I mean, I'll be home here, but as I'm going into day 2 of recovery, I get to watch people play with the new cards, and I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be like loopy and watching fun things. So again, just kind of looking forward to that. What else? Yeah, I've just like blocked out all these days off my calendar for work. You know what? This is something I haven't thought of. So I'm going to see how I'm sleeping. And I'm going to see about my water every day. I'm going to see about fiber. And then pain pills. Do I want to keep track of showers? No, it's not something I need to track. It's something that I need to go like, I feel like now's a good time for that. So I think I'll just put that, and I might just repeat that here. Because I think a lot of this will be kind of finished up by this week, as in I'll be slowly kind of tapering off there, so. But, I mean, so yeah, my husband's taking care of this. I'm going to have a therapy right before. Then we're going to take my son over so he spends the night. And then it's just a question mark of whether I skipped it. I did tell her, I said, if you just don't hear from me this day, I'm loopy. I'm on pain pills or something. But she's been a huge, huge help. I had an extra session last week. I can text her sometimes and ask for a little extra support. She's been absolutely wonderful about that. Let's see. I think that's it in terms of like schedule, and I'm not worrying about the plants, although I will put plants here. So that's the one thing is like, what do I want to tend to? And I think meal plan, and I want to just look at the fridge tomorrow. I know what we're missing. Stickers. Okay. So I will end with putting just a few stickers down. This is strawberry season. June is. It's a little cool. We're not seeing so many right now. So I'm just going to put like one there. They might not show up till July. I don't know. It's raining today, but we have had some warmer weather. But usually kind of around this time. What else? I'm trying to think. Oh. Is there... I dropped one. Any of these? Yellow's kind of cool. Almost like a cornflower. I don't know. I feel like putting that there. Because there's some yellow in here. Kind of put this here because it's kind of this area, and then this is where I'm going to have my lists. What else? I don't think I want anything else on there. I'm just kind of looking at like what is kind of similar here. And I think I'll put, because this is Pride Month and I want to use these. I know these are an odd number, so 6, 7. Do I have scissors? Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little snippy there. And I'll put the longer one here. Let's see, I hear somebody walking around out there. Trying to lay these down a little lower, and then they swoop up. Whoa! Let's see if I can do this. Like that. Yeah. And then, yeah, if you plan 2 weeks, if you've ever done that, do you do the same stickers for both? That would be my question. This is a little harder because I have a moon sticker there, but we're just going to make do. Just kind of do that. Yeah, it's chaos. Like normally I don't overlap things like that, but all well. And yeah, I wanted to use like some more of this Pride stuff earlier. But you know, getting kind of bad news on May 31st and starting off the month just like totally overwhelmed is just hard. And then actually I want to put, it's actually this week here. like the anniversary of the riots are here. I think I'll put this here. It's kind of like right in here. Because it was this morning. But they also were saying, like, I was looking up that this might be an equality day there. I can only, like, I'm trying my best. I really am. I have a lot of trouble just keeping up with any kind of holidays. Like I understand when Father's Day is and Juneteenth and stuff like that. But then all these other days, whenever I open up social media, I'm just like, I totally did not know that was today because I just cannot keep up. But I know Pride, like, I celebrate year round, but, oh, I grew up, my parents had a 510 Datsun, like, it's a little, like, 4-door hatchback, and they had this rainbow sticker in the back. It looked just like that, and I just have really good memories of that. So I'm just going to put this here and kind of pretend it's, like, the back window. Anything else? Yeah, because I would love to use these flags on their days, and I just haven't been able to keep up. So I'll still keep these out. I'll still be using them year round, but wanted to put just a little bit, knowing it's all month. Maybe I'll stick one here too, just because I want to keep that in mind. And here, let's see, this is like the beginning of Pride up here. I'm like, which one should I keep? Which one should I use next year? This is the one that's the updated one that I have on my t-shirts that I wear. I don't know. I'm overthinking this. I think I'll just do a heart for this starting here. Start of June there. Yeah, to kind of make this is like, this is the day I got bad news, but yeah, we're starting off Pride Month, and then I'll keep those for year round. So it's sprinkled in throughout the month here again. Yeah. So let me put, my last thing here is I just want to put some dots here on the side if there's, now these aren't going to be big tasks at all. And I might not even put anything here. To me, this is, actually I will. This will be for when I'm like, for this half of the week. And this will be these 2 days. So if there's just some details that I want to like make sure, then I'll do that. And actually, do this here. My son was playing a bunch of games out there, and now it sounds like they're watching something. Who knows? I don't know. It's a Friday night. They're having fun. They could be, he might be watching like, when you can share play or whatever, you can watch Disney Plus together. They might be doing that. And oh, I did email the school and I said, look, I'm not going to be able to help him with any schoolwork and things because he does get quite a lot of support at home with that. And just let him know, like, hey, from the 14th on, I can't help. My husband will help when he can, but he's going to be helping me. And all this last week, though, he only had 1 day of homework. Yeah, just on this Monday. And I don't know if he's like getting amazing grades on anything, and I don't really care. Like right now, I know he's understanding concepts. He may be struggling a bit in math. We can work on that over the summer. He's still going to graduate 6th grade here. It's fine. It's fine. The challenge will be more next year because middle school is quite a lot more. And he's probably not, I don't know. This teacher has been interesting. She's been supportive, but also a little not understanding some things. So we're just getting past it. I think that's it. I don't think I can really fill much in on any of these. Again, keeping these clear. I'm going to do something drastic. I'm just going to do this. That looks a little uneven. I don't like that. I'm just going to draw lines through these. So we're just going to go boop, boop. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking this was a different week. It's his field day, not his celebration day. So I was like, wait, do I need to get a balloon? No, not that time. Yeah. We're just going to do that. It's a little messy. It's a little messy. Do I want that? Maybe a little shorter there. Yeah. Okay. That's what's going on. I will hopefully be able to sit down in here somewhere and maybe just do a very, very quick check-in. I might just sit down and say, okay, that's what happened. Everything went great. And say, well, here's some penciled in things, but I'm not going to do much here. So I could see that this spread might not have much on it. But I will check in. I will just say everything, I'm at home. Because that's what I would like to hear from people. Like, hey, I'm going into surgery. Okay, I'm home. I'm resting. I'll see you in a week or so off my pain meds. And that's it. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Please take care of yourselves. If you question anything medically, go in and see your doctor. Don't wait. If I had known really to push hard on this, I would have been pushing hard years ago. And hopefully we just catch it in time. So take care. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.